Hi man, I need a help with a homework.
Yes.
We're looking through the similarities and differences between the time of the First World War, 1914,
1914.
and today, like the similarities and differences between the, the society and what can cause a war. So, do you think that there's a possibility to have a war?
Well, I think that yes, there's a possibility that now in these times we can have a war,
Okay.
but I think that the main reasons of this war are going to be very different to the reasons that caused the First World War.
Like,
Like
what do you refer like political, economic, and all of that?
yes, I think that well, if we are going to have a war, it is going to be based on an economical reason. Like I don't know, back in the 1914, they were like very nationalist. They thought about getting to war because of the honor, and because they think that by going to war they are going to like win a lot to their country. And well, they also have the industrialization process and the imperialism, but I think that now it is going to be a lot different. I think that imperialism won't act now. I think that it is going to be more about having control of the markets of another country.
Okay,
And
so we can put in the table colonialism because well back then the countries were looking for expanding every country, so that's I think that what was that was the main cause, one of the main causes. But nowadays we don't have like well in the world there's no like the colonialism thinking to get into another country, and we have to take into account the human rights because I think that that's a thing that can stop um, another war.
yes, well, I think that yes, the countries aren't going to get involved because of controlling another like geographical location. Maybe they are going to have a no, I don't know, a base or something, but I think that they are going to get involved in a war because of mainly the their interests. Like I don't know, if a country controls something that another country wants, they are going to get into war because of that.
Such as Africa, no?
Well, such as Africa in that time, but
Yeah, in that time. But nowadays we don't have like that country. We have to look for resources.
yes, we are going to look like more for like controlling that country, but in a well, controlling that country was like psychological, like having their people to us. Well, I think that human rights are have to have a lot of influence because they are like they can stop us now for getting into war. But I think that countries are going to follow more their interests than the human rights. Also, I think that a difference between back and now is that they don't have a lot of dialogue, and now we like to have more. We like to talk more about something before getting into a problem.
I think also that back then the potencies of the world were like enemies. Nowadays they are like friends, like ONU and all of that.
I think that they are friends in some ways, but in others, no.
After hearing my friends talking about the differences and the similarities about the First World War, I can say that, well, I can conclude that first of all, people is not afraid of war. Um, and talking about the culture, uh, back then they used to taught the kids to hate some nations that their country was the best. Now, today, we are the teachers. Our parents are educating us to start thinking about the world, not about our country, about the world, like having more perspective, an international perspective, so we can understand people from different cultures. So I can say that, well, now it's been a war, yes, but it's not been like the same war. Now we have like cybernetic attacks and also terrorist attacks. People used to say and give their lives for the nation. Today, now we have global conscious. Now it's difficult because also people is not nationalist anymore. Like our parents are not anymore nationalists. Also, we are not nationalists. That's why it's difficult to have a war with a big army because now people start to travel to know. That's why the war is gonna be different, but it's continue being a war.